The Lord said to Moses, "Speak to Aaron and to his sons and to all the Israelites. Tell them, this is what the Lord has commanded. Any one of you Israelites might kill a bull, a lamb, or a goat. You might be in the camp or outside the camp. It doesn't matter. You must bring that animal to the entrance of the meeting tent. You must give a part of that animal as a gift to the Lord. You spilled blood, so you must take a gift to the Lord's holy tent. If you don't take part of the animal as a gift to the Lord, you must be separated from your people. This rule is so that you will bring your fellowship offering to the Lord. You must bring any animal that you kill in the field to the Lord at the entrance of the meeting tent. Bring those animals to the priest. Then the priest will throw their blood onto the Lord's altar near the entrance of the meeting tent, and the priest will burn the fat from these animals on the altar as a sweet-smelling gift to the Lord. In this way you will stop being unfaithful to me by offering sacrifices to your goat gods. This law will continue forever. Tell the people, any citizen of Israel, traveler, or foreigner living among you might want to offer a burnt offering or some other sacrifice. They must take the sacrifice to the entrance of the meeting tent and offer it to the Lord. Whoever does not do this will be separated from their people. I will turn against those who eat blood, whether they are citizens of Israel or foreigners living among you. I will separate them from their people. This is because the life of the body is in the blood. I have told you that you must pour the blood on the altar to purify yourselves. It is the blood that makes a person pure. That is why I am telling you Israelites and the foreigners living among you that you must not eat blood. If any of you, whether Israelite or foreigner living among you, goes hunting and kills a wild animal or bird that you are allowed to eat, you must pour the blood of that animal on the ground and cover it with dirt. This is because the life of every kind of animal is in its blood. So I give this command to the Israelites. Don't eat meat that still has blood in it. Whoever eats blood must be separated from their people. If any of you, whether Israelite or foreigner living among you, eats an animal that died by itself or was killed by some other animal, you will be unclean until evening. You must wash your clothes and bathe your whole body with water. If you don't wash your clothes and bathe your whole body, you will be responsible for your guilt. The Lord said to Moses, "Tell the Israelites, I am the Lord your God. You must not follow the customs of Egypt where you lived, and you must not follow the customs of the Canaanites where I am leading you. You must not live the way they do. You must obey my rules and follow my laws. Be sure to follow my rules because I am the Lord your God. You must obey my rules and my laws, because whoever obeys them will live. I am the Lord. You must never have sexual relations with your close relatives. I am the Lord. You must never have sexual relations with your father or mother. She is your mother, so you must not have sexual relations with her. You must not have sexual relations with your father's wife, even if she is not your mother, because that is like having sexual relations with your father. You must not have sexual relations with your sister. It doesn't matter if she is the daughter of your father or your mother. And it doesn't matter if your sister was born in your house or at some other place. You must not have sexual relations with your granddaughter. It doesn't matter whether she is the daughter of your son or the daughter of your daughter. They are all part of you. If your father and his wife have a daughter, she is your sister. You must not have sexual relations with her. You must not have sexual relations with your father's sister. She is your father's close relative. You must not have sexual relations with your mother's sister. She is your mother's close relative. You must not have sexual relations with the wife of your father's brother. You must not go near your uncle's wife for sexual relations. She is your aunt. You must not have sexual relations with your daughter-in-law. She is your son's wife, so you must not have sexual relations with her. You must not have sexual relations with your brother's wife. That would be like having sexual relations with your brother. You must not have sexual relations with a mother and her daughter or her granddaughter. It doesn't matter if this granddaughter is the daughter of the woman's son or daughter. Her granddaughters are her close relatives. It is wrong to do this. While your wife is still living, you must not take her sister as another wife. This will make the sisters become enemies. You must not have sexual relations with your wife's sister. You must not go near a woman to have sexual relations with her during her monthly time of bleeding. She is unclean during this time. You must not have sexual relations with your neighbor's wife. This will only make you filthy. You must not give any of your children through the fire of Molech. If you do this, you will show that you don't respect the name of your God. I am the Lord. Men, you must not have sexual relations with another man as with a woman. That is a terrible sin. Men, you must not have sexual relations with any animal. This will make you filthy. And women, you must not have sexual relations with any animal. It is against nature. Don't make yourself unclean by doing any of these wrong things. I am throwing nations off their land and giving it to you because they did those terrible sins. They made the land filthy. Now the land is sick of those things, and it will vomit out the people who live there. So you must obey my laws and rules. You must not do any of these terrible sins. These rules are for the citizens of Israel and the people living among you. Those who lived in the land before you have done all these terrible things, so the land became filthy. If you do these things, you will make the land filthy, and it will vomit you out as it vomited out the nations that were there before you. Whoever does any of these terrible sins must be separated from their people. Other people have done these terrible sins, but you must obey my laws. You must not do any of these terrible sins. Do not make yourself filthy with these terrible sins. I am the Lord, your God. The Lord said to Moses, Tell all the Israelites, I am the Lord, your God. I am holy, so you must be holy. Each of you must honor your mother and father and keep my special days of rest. I am the Lord your God. Do not worship idols. Do not make statues of gods for yourselves. I am the Lord your God. When you offer a sacrifice of fellowship offerings to the Lord, you must offer it in the right way so that you will be accepted. You may eat it the same day you offer it and on the next day. But if any of that sacrifice is left on the third day, you must burn it in the fire. You must not eat any of that sacrifice on the third day. It will be unclean and it will not be accepted. You will be guilty of sin if you do that, because you did not respect the holy things that belong to the Lord. If you do that, you will be separated from your people. When you cut your crops at harvest time, don't cut all the way to the corners of your fields. And if grain falls on the ground, you must not gather up that grain. Don't pick all the grapes in your vineyards, or pick up the grapes that fall to the ground. You must leave those things for your poor people and for people traveling through your country. I am the Lord your God. You must not steal. You must not cheat people. You must not lie to each other. You must not use my name to make false promise. If you do that, you will show that you don't respect the name of your God. I am the Lord. You must not cheat or rob your neighbor. You must not hold a hired worker's salary overnight until morning. You must not curse anyone who is deaf. You must not do anything to make a blind person fall. But you must respect your God. I am the Lord. You must be fair in judgment. You must not show special favor to the poor, and you must not show special favor to important people. You must be fair when you judge your neighbor. You must not go around spreading false stories against other people. Don't do anything that would put your neighbor's life in danger. I am the Lord. Don't secretly hate any of your neighbors, but tell them openly what they have done wrong, so that you will not be just as guilty of sin as they are. Forget about the wrong things people do to you. Don't try to get even. Love your neighbor as yourself. I am the Lord. You must obey my laws. You must not let your animals mate with animals of a different kind. You must not sow your field with two kinds of seed. You must not wear clothing made from two kinds of material mixed together. It may happen that a man has sexual relations with a woman who is the slave of another man, but the slave woman has not been bought or given her freedom. If this happens, there must be punishment, but they will not be put to death because the woman was not free. The man must bring this guilt offering to the Lord at the entrance of the meeting tent. He must bring a ram for a guilt offering. The priest will make him pure by offering the ram as a guilt offering before the Lord. The offering is for the man's sins, which will then be forgiven. In the future, when you enter your country, you will plant many kinds of trees for food. After planting a tree, you must wait 3 years before you can use any of the fruit from that tree. You must not use that fruit. In the 4th year, the fruit from that tree will be the Lord's. It will be a holy offering of praise to the Lord. Then, in the 5th year, you can eat the fruit from that tree, and the tree will produce more and more fruit for you. I am the Lord your God. You must not eat any meat with blood still in it. You must not try to use different kinds of magic to tell the future. You must not round off the hair that grows on the side of your face. You must not cut your beard that grows on the side of your face. You must not cut your body as a way to remember the dead. You must not make any tattoo marks on yourselves. I am the Lord. Do not dishonor your daughters by making them become prostitutes. If you do that, your whole country will turn away from God and be filled with all kinds of sinful things. You must not work on my special days of rest. You must honor my holy place. I am the Lord. Do not go to mediums or wizards for advice. They will only make you unclean. I am the Lord your God. Show honor to old people. Stand up when they come into a room, and show respect to your leaders. I am the Lord. Do not do bad things to foreigners living in your country. You must treat them the same as you treat your own citizens. Love them as you love yourselves. Remember, you are foreigners in Egypt. I am the Lord your God. You must be fair when you judge people, and you must be fair when you measure and weigh things. Your baskets should be the right size. Your jars should hold the right amount of liquids. Your weights and balances should weigh things correctly. I am the Lord your God. I brought you out of the land of Egypt. You must remember all my laws and rules, and you must obey them. I am the Lord.